Hello.
Hi,
What's your name?
Megan.
Nice to meet you, Megan. I'm Carly.
Hi.
So, what brings you in today?
I'm just a little stressed out about school right now is the main thing.
Okay, well, I'm really glad you came in to talk to me. So, let's talk about being stressed out at school. Why are you stressed out?
Well, I'm in my first year at university. I'm doing well. Like in high school, they always talk about how you won't do well when you go into university, but I'm actually doing well. But I'm just finding it really hard to manage school and manage trying to be social and just other life things. I'm finding school is kind of just like consuming my life, and I'm just kind of getting really stressed about it. Yeah.
Okay, great. What school do you go to?
I go to Ryerson.
Ryerson, that's really great. What program are you in?
The social work program.
Okay, and how do you like the program?
It's good. I like it. It's not too bad. Right now it's like a lot of like intro courses, so they're not too difficult, but they seem to be liking them. I have a couple psych classes. They're a bit harder, but I'm getting through it, so it's good.
Awesome. Okay, so tell me more about you said the stressful part is balancing the social and the school. So tell me about why that's stressful for you.
Well, I've made a few friends in the program, so they invite me out a lot, but I just find like if I do agree to go out, which is very few times, and I'm usually there thinking like, oh my gosh, like I should be at home studying, or if I say no, then when I'm studying at home, it's good because I'm getting academic stuff, but I'm like, should I have gone out? Like I can't spend my whole life studying. So it's just kind of like I find it stressful to figure out like when I should go out and when I shouldn't. Yeah.
Okay, great. So why would you say there's like a divide between the school and the social for you?
Well, like I've never really done poorly, so I put like a lot of pressure on myself to do well, which obviously to do as well as I want to do doesn't leave much time for other things. My mom puts a lot of pressure on me to like go out more, but then my dad on the other hand puts a lot of pressure on me to like do well, so I find like it's like kind of like a divide, and I just like for me I'm a bit more like my dad where I think like academics are a bit more important, but just trying to like, but I also agree with my mom that I need to be more social, so it's hard to like try to figure out a balance between the two.
Okay, well, so Megan, can you tell me about your relationship with your mom?
It's really good. Like I'm really close with my mom. Like she's one of my really good friends. We spend a lot of our time together. We've always had like a really good relationship. I'm an only child, and we're just kind of like mom and daughter. We're really close. But like at the same time, like we're a bit different. Where like she was never like that academically inclined. So like she just kind of like she knows it's important, but it's not like she's just kind of like she doesn't care how well I do. Like she wants me to do well in life, but it's not like if I get a 90 or if I get a 70, she's gonna be like just as proud of me. So where I'm a bit different, I'm a bit more academically inclined. So it's just we kind of like that's kind of like where we clash a bit more.
Okay, and can you tell me about the relationship you have with your dad?
It's a bit different. I'm still really close with him, but at the same time, like I'm closer with my mom. He's kind of the opposite. Like he has like a few friends, but like he's more like academic, really successful, went to university and did really well and stuff. So like he's a bit more, and I'm a bit more like that in those ways. But like my personality is like more like fun and bubbly like my mom than my dad. Like he's a bit more serious. So, I'm still like it's still a good relationship, but not the same as my mom's.
Okay, and can you tell me about the relationship your parents have with each other?
They fight like quite a bit. They're just kind of, they don't always really see eye to eye, I think, because they're like so different. And then a lot of fights also come into play, like, not because of me, but like about me, because like my dad's like, stop putting so much pressure on her to go out. Like, you shouldn't be like telling her to like go out and party, where like my mom's like, you need to stop putting so much pressure on her about her marks. Like, it's not good for her health, like to be that stressed out. And so they just kind of like clash. And like, even though like they're not like, trying to make me feel bad, I still kind of feel bad because I know that like a lot of the fights are about me. So
okay, so you talked about how it is for you. Can you tell me a little bit more about how your parents' relationship with each other is for you?
Like it's stressful. I feel like they kind of tell me a bit too much. Like they've always been really open about things with me. Like they just kind of like they tell me what's going on, which is good because I think sometimes like those kids that are sheltered from problems, it's almost like scarier because they don't know what's going on. So like I agree with that parenting style of letting me know, but at the same time it kind of almost becomes like too much that I feel like I need to, like, they're making me, like, kind of, like, choose a side, and obviously they're both my parents, and even though I'm closer with my mom, I still don't want to, like, it's not like I want to, like, diss my dad and stuff, so it's just kind of, like, it's kind of stressful to be in the middle of their fights a lot, but, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds stressful, but is it fair to say, Megan, that you are sometimes in the middle, the stress comes from being in the middle of two different opinions about how you should be? Okay, so for you, what do you think are some ways that you can work on handling that stress?
I think I probably need to, like, talk to my dad first and just let him know that, like, the stress of him about school is getting to me, and the stress he puts, like, the pressure he puts on me to get good marks is kind of getting to me, because I don't know if he always realizes what he's doing. Like, I think he just, like, when he praises me for doing really well, I think he's thinking that makes me happy, when really it almost puts more pressure on me that I have to keep doing that well. So I think, like, I don't even know if he realizes. So, like, I want to talk to him probably and tell him, like, that it's just stressful. And I think at the same time with my mom, I think it's great. She encourages me, and I need that encouragement to go out and be social. But I think for her, I just maybe need to talk to her about, like, not bad-mouthing my dad as much to me, just because I sometimes feel like when she's doing that all the time that it's, like, it's difficult. So.
Okay, and for a moment, just forgetting about your parents and their views, for you, what do you think are your priorities and what you want?
So, like, obviously, I think school's my first priority, but at the same time, I feel like I need to change that a bit, and even though it's my first priority, I think I need to realize that social interactions and having friends is just as important.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I just need to, even though schools, I want to work on trying to make both my priorities and figure out ways to be able to do both and not have to give up one for the other.
Okay, that sounds really great, Megan. What do you think are some of those ways that you could try to do that?
I think I need to schedule more. I think it would be really important that I write down, like, when I need to do what, and just so, like, some weekends I could maybe dedicate to, like, school, and then other weekends I can dedicate to going out. I commute from far away, so, like, that is also a bit of an issue, so I'm hoping that maybe next year I can move down to Toronto, and then that way it would I could spend less time on commuting, and then either one of those things could be working on school or being social.
So how long is your commute? Where do you live?
I live in Newmarket, so it's about an hour on the GO bus, and then I have a night school class, so when I go home from that, because I have to take the bus home because it's late, that takes me about, like, 2 hours.
Yeah. Okay, these all sound like really great things or ideas that you have. So you talked about the stressful part of school and the social part. Are there any other things that you find, like, stressful?
Not really. I just think that, like, for sure the commute, even though I use that time to work, I find it's hard because, like, I have friends in Newmarket, but I've made a lot of new friends in Toronto, and they all, like, live down here, so it's easy for them to be able to just go out for a bit, where for me, I have to, like, think if I stay here longer, then I also have home to go. Like, it's just kind of, like, it takes even more time to be social. So I think that's really hard, but, like, I'm going to try to save up some money so I can get an apartment down here with one of them next year, so.
Okay, so you talked about school and maybe writing down and scheduling, which sounds great. What about the social part? Can you tell me more about going out with your friends and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, we go out, we, to, like, we'll do dinner sometimes, we go to the movies, sometimes because they live in, like, houses and one of them lives in res, like, we go to, like, I'll go to some of, like, the residence part, like, I'm into a residence party and a house party, so it's good. It's just that, like, we're into, like, the third month of school, and I've only probably gone out with them, like, 4 times, and, like, they ask me every weekend, but I'm always kind of saying no, even though I have fun while I'm there, so I just think I need to, like, say yes more often and go out.
Yeah, that sounds really great. Okay, so do you feel confident with our conversation today? Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about?
No, not really. I just think it's good just to, like, talk out the ideas and know that I'm on the right track, and I think it'll all work out. I think talking to my parents is a really good first step in what I need to do, because I think the root of the problem is there for sure.
Yeah, that sounds like a really great idea. So I think if you would like to, maybe talk to your parents and then come back and we can continue talking and seeing if that goes well. We can talk about some other things we can work on.
For sure.
Okay, great. Thanks,
Okay,
Megan.
thanks.